Okay, so for the past month or so, I've been spending quite a lot of my spare time playing Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS. And when I say a lot of time, I've just set my 3DS. I've played over 100 hours of Super Smash Bros. On 3DS. I think I need a life, to be fair. That is a lot of time, considering the game's been out for a month, and I'm so super looking forward to the Wii U version that comes out later this month. I thought I'd review it. So yeah, I don't really know where to start. Well, they've jam-packed so much content into this game, like from characters and stages to lots and lots of different game modes. And yeah, it still feels very familiar. It feels, a lot like Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And, I think the translation from console to handheld has worked incredibly well. You got all your favourite modes, so you got classic mode, which is better than ever. Better than ever. You can now choose who you sort of battle against, on like a different difficulty setting, which is great. And you kind of, and depending on which difficulty setting you choose, more rewards and stuff like that, which is great. I mean, yeah, it does take a while to kind of get used to, with the controls. For instance, with the circle pad, which basically controls your movement, which sounds pretty obvious, but yeah, it can take a while to kind of get used to, and sometimes it kind of mistakes your attacks. So sometimes if you want to do an up special, you'll end up doing a side special and end up KOing yourself or something like that, which can be quite stressful. But yeah, classic mode's great. It's better than ever. And yeah, the final boss is actually a lot more formidable than ever, really, to be quite honest. Master Hand, and if you choose to do the hard route, Master Hand and Crazy Hand. When you're battling both hands, it's incredibly hard, even on easy settings and stuff like that, because after a while, after you defeat them somewhat, they'll basically transform into this swarm material thing, swarm alien material, and can transform into all these different things, from swords to this massive person to a clone of your character. It's kind of insane, really, to be quite honest. There's All-Star mode as well, where you battle basically all the characters in the game. And this is the first time ever you can play All-Star mode from the start, pretty much. But I decided to kind of wait until I've unlocked all the characters, because that kind of felt right for me, really, to be honest, because then it feels a lot more authentic and stuff like that. It might be easier to kind of play All-Star mode from the start, because you've got less characters to battle then. So yeah, so mention all the returning modes, sort of. You've got the home run thing. I always find that really difficult. I always find that everyone's better at that than I am. There's Target Smash, which is basically the Super Smash Bros. Version of Angry Birds. Yeah, then there's also the Multi-Man Smash as well, where you've got to kind of defeat all now it's a lot better, because now there's Mii's, instead of these random silhouette things that were in other games. Yeah, about the Mii's, yeah, it's really cool that you can now be in the game. I've not really played with Mii that much, but I do really I think it's definitely an essential feature, really. And you can customize it to how you want, so you can choose which moves it has. You can choose whether it's a fast Mii or a strong Mii, or a really good defender. And also you can choose what kind of Mii you fight as. So you can choose either a sword fighter, you can choose a, let's see, brawler, so basically you use your fists, or the gunner, which basically have a gun on your arm, a bit like Mega Man. And also you can basically customize any character as well. Basically you unlock your character's different custom moves, custom equipment, and basically you can just choose which character's moves you like best, and what kind of what kind of stats you want your character to improve on. So for instance, you can have a much stronger Sonic, or a much faster Bowser. It's a really good way to kind of make it feel a lot more personal to the player. And I'm really impressed with like the starting lineup as well. Like you get 37 characters, which is almost as many characters, if not just as many characters as there was in Brawl in total after you've unlocked them all. Oh yeah, I also really want to mention Smash Run as well. Smash Run is the main like new feature of this game for me. Like which is basically what you do is you basically run around this map for about 5 minutes, defeating like different enemies, you know, just trying to get as many like stats as different, like to improve different stats, as many different stats as possible. So you've got like speed, jumping ability, attack ability, defense ability, arms ability, so basically how good you are with items, and there's one more which I'm trying to think of, which is the special moves, so how strong your special moves are. And yeah, like, I think the only thing I don't really like about Smash Run is that you can't really choose what kind of fight you have at the end, because you basically collect all these stats and then basically you have to kind of face off against your opponents at the end of your Smash Run for about a minute. Like, but that can range from anything. It can range from like actual battles to like battles with some kind of enhancement or a certain type of item. It can be a race, it can be a, like, so you can climb the highest, and by far my least favourite is basically like a multi-man smash or like a versus a team of enemies, because you basically spend 5 minutes fighting enemies, now you've got to fight some more enemies to kind of basically win the Smash Run battle. And also it just doesn't feel as, like, also the multi-man ones and the versus enemy team, like, final battles, they just don't feel as interactive as, like, you know, say, like, the kind of normal fighting levels and stuff like that. Last but not least, there's online mode. So yeah, so basically you can fight against anybody in the world, basically. So yeah, and there's lots of different things. You can play against people that you have registered on your 3DS, like as friends. If you want my friend code, I'll leave it in the description and stuff like that. So please leave your friend code in the comments so we can play together. Yay! So you can play with friends, but if you want, like me, if you don't have that many friends with Super Smash Bros. For 3DS, then you might have to play against anybody, and so basically you've got two modes, which is for fun and for glory. So for fun is a lot more of a friendly way, it's like a lot more friendly battles, and for glory mode, every stage now has a final destination form, which I think is really clever, by the way. Like, so basically, if you like the final destination, if you prefer final destination stages, but you kind of like the backdrops of some of the other stages, then then you know that's absolutely no problem. And also, like, there's this conquest thing. So basically, every now and again there'll be this conquest thing, which basically has a certain set of characters. Like, and basically, if you play as one of them characters online, then it puts in part of a conquest, and, like, you know, if they win the conquest, which basically means that they're like the most popular character to play as online, like out of the selection, then you kind of win points. And they're quite fun. They kind of encourage you to kind of play as different characters as well, I feel, so, which is always good. So yeah, and there's also new ways to collect trophies as well. You can actually buy trophies now, which kind of are a lot more effective. It's kind of a lot more effective, like, at the start of the game than, like, towards when you've collected all the trophies, sort of thing. And then there's also this fun thing for, fun mode called Trophy Rush, where basically you have to smash up like blocks and to kind of win trophies, sort of thing. Like, and you can play that for up to 2.5 minutes, depending on how many coins you have, and that's quite fun. I mean, you know, I've been playing this game for absolutely ages, so, you know, it's a really good game, and I've still not completed everything. I've still not unlocked all the custom moves. I still haven't, like, got all the trophies. Alright, so, but yeah, please do get Super Smash Bros. If you have a 3DS, you definitely need this game. Alright? Promise me you'll get this game if you have a 3DS. And even if you don't have a 3DS, it's still worth looking into. Like, yeah, and I'm really super excited about the Wii U version, because this sort of feels like, you know, the kind of taster sort of thing. Like, it just feels like a mini version of Super Smash Bros. But it's still jam-packed with content, sort of thing. Like, and, you know, it sort of feels like, you know, the Wii U version, you know, is going to be like 10 times better. Especially after seeing the 50 must-see things for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Like, I am so super stoked for this game. For Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, it looks like the best game ever, in my opinion. So, okay, bye!